Hi, welcome back to Mountain Jim Card Collectibles. So, today X is reacting to the big rollout of the 2025-2026 Victor Wembanyama rookie card. But before we look at that rookie card closely and digging into some of the comments, we're going to look at 2025 Topps MLB Baseball update series. And, I don't know what it is about this design, but this design is one of my most unfavorite designs for one reason or another that Topps has shelled out, in the last 10 years, I'd say. And I don't know really why I don't like this design, but we can just look at a few of these cards. Here's this Drake Baldwin, rookie card. I think I just don't like the little wavy lines on there. It doesn't feel like they put much time and effort into this card, if you know what I mean. Now this card overall isn't too bad, but I've seen some other cards, within the MLB 2025 Topps Baseball series that are just atrocious. This Paul Skeens card, not bad, but overall, I'm just not impressed with that design. But that's just me, I prefer other designs over this 2025 baseball design. So I was really puzzled why Topps, they have, the NBA licensing starting, 2025, 2026. And so they're rolling it out. But I was really surprised that they would more or less just steal, the baseball design and throw it on, this Wemby card, And when you look at this Wemby card, what stands out to me is how you can barely see, like Topps certified autograph issue. That should be in black lettering, as well as the outline for Victor Wembanyama, or just Victor should be in black lettering. They have the Spurs and this kind of white outline lettering, and it's hard to see the upper part. As far as pictures goes, it's not the greatest picture of Wemby. I mean, if you're going to give us an awesome picture of Wemby, show us, a picture where he's dunking the ball or something, And then for the autograph itself, Wemby does have longer autos, but he apparently decided to go with just the cheap initial auto on this one. And yeah, this isn't his rookie card or anything, but this is the first auto where he's in the San Antonio Spurs uniform. And so overall, I'm just not impressed with the design because it's clearly been stolen from the Topps baseball product. So I just feel like it's laziness, at Topps fanatics. It's overhyped. And honestly, Wemby is kind of burning out with a lot of fans, just for the fact he isn't living up to what I believe a lot of the fans believed he was going to live up to. Now, I know that he's getting ready to start his third year, but, he is likely going to be injured. I'm just putting that out there. The odds are he's going to likely be injured. If I was a betting man, I would bet on that. I don't bet, but I'm just putting that out there. So anyway, that's Wemby in a nutshell in his card. So let's read some of the comments, that I've managed to pull up here. And the first comment, that comes out at me is anyone chasing Wemby? That's just it. I mean, Topps Fanatics hypes up Wemby to no end. And right here, this is weird. Laziness is when you use the same card design for multiple leagues. Yeah, and I mean, right out the gate, that's the first thing that hit me, when I looked at that card was, what is going on at Topps Fanatics, Have they lost the passion, if you know what I mean, to design awesome looking cards? Maybe they need to look at some early, mid 90s cards, from Pacific or some other company that was putting out some awesome cards, Now, I believe that this is like a custom art designed card. But, that's not a bad design in comparison to, the card we just looked at for Wemby from Topps Fanatics. You know what I mean? And here we are again. Using the same design as baseball is lame and unoriginal. Yes. And really, Topps Fanatics and Michael Rubin, I just feel like maybe that should be like one of their trademarks. Lame and unoriginal. That looks so trash. Prism looks way better. Yeah, people are just not happy about this design. Had all this time to knock it out, then you go with the plain photo. Laugh out loud, Topps. Yeah, I mean, plain design from baseball, boring photo. And I just wish we could get Upper Deck back in the NBA. I always liked the Upper Deck NBA cards, when I was growing up. They just, I don't know, they had more passion for it, I believe, than a lot of these other guys. Even Panini. I got burned out Panini's designs too. But I think they did look a bit better, than what Topps has given us, This design is just, it just reeks of someone who's exhausted, designing stuff. You know what I mean? It's just, I just laugh at this card design, Anyway, all right, do better. Well, here's one. Someone likes it. When does it drop? The design sucks. Send me one, Top. So there's a few people interested. Ugly Sig. So, I mean, a lot of the comments are obviously leaning towards my reaction as well. We're supposed to be excited for this card, I just can't get excited for Wemby. I mean, I'm sitting with some Wemby stuff right now. No one's ever looking at it. You know what I mean? I guess the hype can only go so far, And I think people like to believe that he's like going to be the next Michael Jordan, but I don't know. Michael Jordan was pretty tough. Kept playing a lot. That's what I noticed about Michael Jordan is, he's tough. He's in the league. He is battling it out. He can take it. A lot of those 80s players really could. When I look at 80s NBA, I mean, it's a much rougher sport, than it is now. There's so many rules that have made it soft. I mean, like when I used to play basketball, in the league in, the 80s, and I wasn't exactly playing a lot of years because I have asthma. But the years I played, I mean, we were tough on each other out there. We were fouling each other pretty hard. I'm just not seeing that in today's league. Yeah, there's some fouls, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm an old guy, but either way, it just feels like the 1980s NBA was a much tougher gig, 80s, early 90s. The players were just playing a lot harder, And they didn't get all the fluff like they get from, sports card companies, sports memorabilia. They had a tougher deal for the most part. So, I don't know. Overall, Topps Fanatics becoming the monopoly for licensed products, I think it's just a nightmare to an extent. they've really made themselves out to be, a groundbreaking company. This new Topps Fanatics Monopoly. But it doesn't feel very groundbreaking at all. It just feels tired and overhyped. And it can only go so far. So anyway, if you feel differently, leave some comments. I always like to thank my subscriber base. And if you're a viewer and you haven't subscribed, it's 100% free. Anyway, hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.